A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. So this first word kul we have discussed in the past. So inshallah now we all know that it is fail amr and it has a built-in file and that is anta. Let's inshallah discuss about this construction ya ayyuha. And inshallah, I want all of you to please pay attention because this is first time coming in our discussion. So when you basically call someone, there are three things. Let me share my board. So, when you call someone, there are three things. One is the person who is calling. You can say caller. And the one being called. In Arabic language, the caller is called munadi. Munadi. And the one being called is called munada. So munadi is the one who is calling or the caller, and munada is the one who is being called. For example, if I say, Ya Muhammad, I am munadi, and Muhammad, the person I am calling to, will be called munada. And in between that, in between these two things, you used a particle of calling. And in Arabic, you can say particle of calling. Particle of calling. In Arabic, we call it adatu nida. Nida mean call and ada mean tool. Ada simply mean a tool and nida mean call. Same thing, particle of calling or adatul nida. This adatul nida which is mostly used is ya. As I just gave the example of ya Muhammad. So this word ya, ya is called the calling particle or adatul nida. So most of the time when people call some other person in Arabic, they use the word ya. Okay, but remember this point carefully. After the ya, you cannot use this person, but the one being called, you cannot use alif lam. One more time, after the ya, you cannot use alif lam with the munada. But if you do want to use alif lam, then you have to insert something extra. So most of the time with ya, they add ayu. With ya, they add ayu. What is the purpose? Like I said, the purpose is that this munada, the one being called, has to be without alif lam. In case if you want to use alif lam with munada, then you have to insert this extra word ayu. Clear? Now let's go back to that same what we are discussing our today's surah inshallah, and now that will make inshallah more sense for you. So after the kul, you have the word ya. As I just mentioned that after ya, because you were going to call these people, these people were the munada. Munada. Munadi is the caller and munada, the one being called. Because these are the people, disbelievers who are being called. And because you wanted to use alif lam with them, for this reason, you inserted this extra particle here, this extra particle ayu. Now after the ayu, you have an extra word ha as well. Clear? This ha is a particle for tambi. I inshallah explain what is tambi. Tambi means warning. Because when you are not just calling someone, because obviously when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying ya ayyuhal kafirun, obviously all the disbelievers, they are not present on the scene that Allah is calling them. Rather, Allah is going to give them a warning. So this extra ha is added here for the sake of warning. Now let's summarize this whole thing what I just said. Ya is called the calling particle or adatun nida. But after the ya, you cannot use munada with alif lam. If you want to use munada with alif lam, then you have to insert the ayu, extra ayu. And then this next extra ha is basically here that you are not simply calling someone, rather you are actually issuing a warning. And warning in Arabic called tambih. Tambih is called warning. If this ayyuha, just suppose this whole thing ayyuha was not here, then it should be kul ya kafiruna. Clear? Kul ya kafiruna. But because al kafiruna is mentioned, for this reason ayyu is added, and to give them the warning, ha is added. Okay, that is the whole explanation of this part. Now let's inshallah go back to our normal analysis, because I just wanted to explain this ayyuha part. So now you can simply say that this ya is adatu nida, calling particle. And this ayyu, when you bring ayyu, then ayyu itself play the role of munada, and the actual world and the actual people you are calling, this actual people you are calling, this becomes the sifa. Sifa for who? For these people whom you are calling. And this ha plays the role of tanbih. Ta, noon, ba, ya, and he. Tanbih. Now, kul, say, ya ayyuhal kafirun, O those who disbelieve. Fail, and inside kul, anta is the file, and this ya ayyuhal kafiruna part. Now please understand this. If you say to someone kul, say, so within this answer of, there are many things. For example, what I need to say, who I need to say, okay, and where and why and how. And we have discussed again and again that all of this information is called maf'ul. So basically, this ayyuhal kafiruna part, this part, clear? This part is, obviously ya is simply for calling ayyuhal kafirun, because you need to, you are saying that say, okay, and then rest of all the detail, what you need to say and who you need to say. And this part is who you need to say. So you are going to say to the disbeliever. So actually, if you see that this part is actually playing the role of maf'ul as well. Why? Because these are the people whom you want to say. And as we have discussed in the past, that what you need to say, that is also maf'ul. And what you need to say is coming next. So in this surah, the extra bit you got is that to who you need to say. And this is the answer of to who you need to say. Clear? So this ayyuhal kafiruna part is also playing the role of maf'ul. And what is coming next will also play the role of maf'ul, because that will give the information of what you need to say. Clear? Now look at this one. So this is what you need to say. La, first of all, la. So we know that we know different types of law. One is law of simple negation and one is law of forbidding. Okay. But the difference we have discussed in our level 1 as well. When you simply negate something, then after the law, the next fail will be normal. But if you forbid someone, then the fail mudare after the law, it will become light, or it will become, you can say, with the majzoom. And as you can see, after the law, abudu. Now, abudu is in the normal state. Why? Because abudu, the actual word is, please pay attention, abada. Abada is madi, ya'budu is mudare, and ubud is fail amr. One more time, abada is madi, ya'budu is mudare, and ubud is fail amr. And ya'budu, if you make the chart of mudare for ya'budu at number 13, becomes abudu. Abudu mean I worship. Yabudu mean he worship. And abudu mean I worship. So basically after the law, you got fail mudare. And as I mentioned, it is mudare number 13. If you want to write it here, it is number 13. And its file is ana. Ana mean I. La abudu. If you simply say abudu, it means I worship. La abudu, I do not worship. And because mudare covers both present and future, you can say I do not worship and I will not worship. Clear? Now, I do not worship what? You see the point? I do not worship what? This part is giving the answer for what? And this ma is ma of ism mausul, and this tabuduna, which is a fail mudare, is playing the role of sila. So you got mausul and sila in the form of ma tabuduna. So this ma tabuduna is jumlatul mausula, and this jumlatul mausula is playing the role of maf'ul for who? For abudu. Because remember this point, all the sentences which will come now, they will together play the role of maf'ul for the main sentence. But obviously, each one of them is a sentence on its own as well. Like in this case, la abudu ma ta'budun is a complete sentence in which la was simply negation, abudu was mudare, inside of abudu there was a file ana, and mata abuduna was a relative clause, but it played the role of maf'ul for abudu. Let's translate it. La abudu, I do not worship. Mata abuduna, what you worship. Okay, let's inshallah deal with the next sentence. This vow is vow of atuf. And this vow has given you the indication that this sentence is connected with the previous sentence. So these two are connected sentences. La, again, la is negation. Antum abiduna. As we all know that antum is an independent pronoun, right? And please remember this principle forever. Whenever you see independent pronoun, it plays the role of mubtada and a new sentence of jumlatul ismiya starts. Because this la is simply negation. But which sentence is it? In this case, jumlatul failiya was coming after the la. And in this case, jumlatul ismiya is coming after the la. So, antum became the mubtada. Abiduna, abiduna will become the khabar. Why? Because if you abiduna is the, if you recall the Muslim chart, it is the plural column of the masculine Muslim chart. Abidun singular, abidani pair, and abiduna is plural. Clear? So, and after the mubtada, when you get an ism in rafa status, as abiduna in this case, this ism will become the khabar. Okay, now let's see what else you have got. Ma a'budu. Now there are two possibilities, either this ma of negation or ma of ism mawsul. Let's translate it. I I I mentioned that abudu mean we discussed already this one, that abudu is fi'l mudare and it has a file ana. Now let's take this ma as ism mawsul and this abudu as the sila. Let's translate it like that. So just let's pretend, okay, let's do this one up first. Wala antum abiduna. If I simply say antum abiduna, you are worshippers. Abiduna is plural. You are worshippers. La antum abiduna. You are not worshippers. Ma abudu, what I worship. You are not worshipper of what I worship. You see that if you translate this ma as ma of ism mawsul, only then sentence make the sense. So you are not worshippers of what I worship. You see, so this relative clause is basically ma of ism mawsul, not ma of negation. So this second sentence is connected with the previous one, but at the same time, it is itself a complete jumlatul ismiya in which you have mubtada, you have the khabar. So this wow is connecting this sentence with the previous one. So it is still the same conversation. So again, this la and then ana. So la is negation particle and ana. I just mentioned that as soon as you get an independent pronoun, that will become your mubtada. And abidun will become the khabar. And this ma abattum, because we have done the previous one as well. So all of them are on the same pattern. So this ma is ism mawsul. Now this abattum is actually fi'l madi. And if you make the whole chart for abada, 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 abadu, abadat, abadata, abadna, abatta, abattuma, abattum. Number 9 in the chart. Okay. And we know that number 9 has a built-in file antum. Let's translate the whole thing. La ana abidun. I am not a worshipper. Ma abattum, whatever you worship. Because the previous ayah was that you are not worshippers of what I worship. And next ayah, I am not worshipper what you worship. Clear? So in this way, it's a complete sentence based on, and this last part is again jumlatul mawsula, this ma abattum part. So this is a complete sentence of jumlatul ismiya, but it is connected with this wow with the previous subject. And one more wow is coming here. Again, this la for negation. Again, antum. Antum will become the mubtada. Abiduna will become the khabar. Ma a'budu, same thing. Ma will become the ism mawsul. And a'budu, which is mudare, number 13, will become the sila. La antum abiduna, and you are not worshipper of ma abudu, what I worship. It is same sentence which came here. Same sentence. It is just for emphasis. So last sentence is, and by the way, up till this stage, everything is connected. After this, you do not get the wow, right? It means that that's it. This number 1 jumla, this jumla number 2, this jumla number 3, and this jumla number 4, they are all together maf'ul for this first one. Clear? And the reason last one is not part of this because there's no wow to connect it, which means that a separate sentence has started. Okay, let's deal with this last sentence. So lakum dinukum waliyadin. So we have basically two parts, lakum part and waliyadin part, and this waw is connecting as a ataf to both of them. Let's deal with them. Lakum, it is a jar majroor phrase in which lam is the jar part and kum is the majroor part, and we know that the jar majroor phrase it becomes mutaalliq, either mutaalliq bil khabar in jumla ismiya or mutaalliq bil fail in jumlatul failiya. So let's see that what we have got after lakum, because at this stage we do not know which jumla we're gonna get. Okay, so dinukum, please pay attention. Dinukum, first of all, dinukum will become, because dinu and kum, two things are combined. And we have discussed this principle that whenever you have ism and attached pronoun together, it is always, without exception, mudaf mudaf ilay. So lakum dinukum on its own is mudaf and mudaf ilay. Clear? And dinu, what status? Rafa status. Okay, it means that you have got an ism in Rafa status. Clear? So this ism will qualify to be mubtada. Why? Because after that, waw is telling you that something new connected, but something new is starting. So lakum dinukum, that is the whole part you have. Lakum dinukum. Lakum was the jar majroor part, and dinukum, the whole thing is mudaf mudaf ilay, but dinu is in rafa status, and it is a sign that it will become your mubtada. Because if you have only jar majroor, after that you get an ism in rafa status, that ism will always become your mubtada, because khabar is optional, but mubtada is compulsory. At least in mubtada. Okay, so dinukum become the mubtada, and now because the khabar is missing, so this jar majroor phrase will be called shibhul jumla khabar, because we know the principle that if the actual khabar is missing, then jar majroor phrase can be called shibhul jumla khabar. Now let's translate it. Lam mean for, kum mean you, for you, dinukum, your deen, for you, your deen. Clear? Then waw is the harf ataf. Liya, this word liya, liya is actually two words. This liya is the two word in which lam of harf jar plus ya, this thing together become liya, which means that this liya is a jar majroor phrase in which lam is the jar part and ya part is the majroor part. And then you have the word dini, and sentence has ended. This last point, please pay extra. This is very important point. Now, let's deal with the word dini. Dini is a ism, obviously. In what status? It looks like that it is one ism in jar status. Actually, this is a little bit tricky here, and inshallah, I explain to you for now, and then inshallah, you can ask me if you did not get this thing. The actual word was dinu plus ye. Dinu was the ism part and ye was the attached pronoun part. Attached pronoun. And we know that when ism and attached pronoun come together, I just mentioned, it always become mudaf mudaf ilay. So it was dinu ye. Dinu ye. So it is something very common in the Quran that when something becomes difficult on the tongue to pronounce, it is somehow, made it, some few things are deleted to make it light on the tongue. So the actual, this last word, dini, the actual word is this one, dinu ye, dinu ye. Why? Because of this combination. This dinu ye has been made short by removing this ya completely, but this kasra of the ya is given here on the dini part. So ya is completely removed, but kasra is given in this place. So at least to accommodate that kasra as well. So dini is actually dinu yi, which means my deen. Dinu yi, my deen. And liya mean this liya mean for me. Dini, dinu ye, for me, my deen. If you join the whole thing together, for you is your deen, and for me is my deen. So in this last part, after the wow, this liya is jar majroor, and like I said, that dinu ye is a mudaf ilay, but this dinu is in rafa status. So dinu ye, because this last word dini is actually dinu ye, it will become the mubtada part, and liya is the jar majroor, but because actual khabar is missing, so liya will become the shibul jumla khabar. So liya is shibul jumla khabar and deen is mubtada. For me is my deen.